In the constant battle for our screen time, you gotta wonder, how does a legacy media giant like Fox even stay in the game? Well, we're about to crack open their latest earnings report to uncover their secret playbook for not just surviving, but actually thriving in the streaming era. Let's dive in. That's the multi-billion-dollar question, isn't it? With so many people cutting the cord and an endless buffet of streaming services, how is a company that was literally built on traditional TV actually doing? To get the real story, you've just got to follow the money. So that's what we did. We took their super dense, kind of boring earnings report and translated it, pulling out the key signals that show us exactly what's making their business tick right now. So first things first, let's look at that report card. How did Fox do to kick off their fiscal year? The big headline numbers, well, they tell a pretty interesting story right from the get-go. Okay, so right off the bat, things look pretty solid. Their total revenue, up 5%, and a key measure of their profitability is up 2%. But look at this. The real star of the show is that advertising revenue, which jumped a whopping 6%. In the market we're in today, that is a seriously healthy number. And you don't just have to take my word for it. This comes straight from the top. The CEO, Lachlan Murdoch, went on record saying the ad market is the most robust they've seen in a while. That one quote tells you pretty much everything you need to know about how confident they're feeling. All right, so what's fueling all that growth and that confidence? This gets us right to the heart of their strategy, which is a massive, all-in bet on live content. Think about it. In a world where we can binge watch pretty much anything on demand, Fox is doubling down on the one thing you can't, live events. Their whole playbook rests on two incredibly powerful pillars that basically create can't-miss appointment TV: live sports and live news. And according to the CEO, it's working. He says that interest in their live sports isn't just holding steady, it's actually growing. So the big question is, do the numbers back him up? Oh yeah, the data is absolutely undeniable. Look at this. The NFL is up 12%. College football viewership is up a staggering 22%. And that one Ohio State game, it was the most watched opener in history on any network. Even baseball's up. The bottom line here is crystal clear. Their bet on live sports is paying off in a huge way. And hey, it's not just about sports. That other huge pillar of their live strategy, the news division, is also shattering records. Fox News just had its best first quarter for ad revenue in the history of the channel. It's proof that their two-pronged attack on live content is absolutely working. But all this success in traditional TV, that's really only half the story. The biggest surprise, the thing that made everyone's ears perk up from this entire report, actually came from the digital side of the business. Right, so while everyone's been laser focused on the big subscription wars, Netflix versus Disney Plus, Fox has been very quietly building this totally different kind of streaming beast with their free service, Tubi. And it just did something pretty remarkable. Get this, Tubi's revenue grew 27%. 27 in just one quarter. But it's what that incredible growth actually achieved. That's the real headline here. And there it is, Tubi is profitable. In an industry where streaming services are famous for burning through billions and billions of dollars, becoming profitable is a massive milestone. It's proof that their unique model is really working. So what exactly is that model? It's called AVOD. It's short for Advertising-Supported Video on Demand. And the idea is super simple. You, the viewer, don't pay a monthly subscription fee, but you watch some ads. And Fox's success with Tubi proves that there's a huge, huge market for people who are totally fine with watching a few commercials to get their content for free. Okay, so we know their current strategy is firing on all cylinders. Live TV is booming, and their free streamer is actually making money. But what's next? Well, they're already placing their next big bet on where they think TV is headed. They've launched this new service called Fox One. It's a subscription service that's aimed squarely at a group of people they call the cord nevers. The folks who will just never, ever sign up for a traditional cable package. And their strategy isn't to try and do it all alone. It's to team up with huge players like Amazon, ESPN, and Verizon to get their service in front of as many eyeballs as possible. And this quote right here, it just sums up their entire philosophy perfectly. They are distribution agnostic. It's a fancy way of saying they don't care how you watch, whether it's on cable, through an app, or with a partner, as long as you are watching their stuff. For them, the platform doesn't matter. The audience is everything.
Okay, finally, let's circle back and follow the money one last time. Beyond all the strategy, what do the core financials tell us about the actual health of the company and how confident they are about their own future?
Now, if you just glanced at their report, you might see that net income was down and think, uh-oh, red flag. But that number is kind of like looking at your total bank account balance, which includes your super volatile stock portfolio. What you really want to look at is the adjusted EBITDA. That's like your actual salary from your job. And for Fox, that number was up. It means the core business itself is actually getting stronger. And nothing shows confidence quite like putting your money where your mouth is. Fox just announced they are buying back $1.5 billion of their own stock. So what does a move that big actually signal? Well, this isn't just any old stock buyback. It's an accelerated share repurchase. And that's a big, fast, aggressive move that basically screams one thing to the entire market. Management believes their own stock is an absolute bargain, and they are betting big on their own future success. So it all comes back to this one question. In a world with infinite entertainment choices, Fox is betting the farm that live is the thing that really cuts through the noise. By focusing on must-see now TV and a profitable free streamer, have they actually found the winning ticket? Well, this latest report card makes a very, very strong case that the answer is yes.